today I'm going to give you my take on the story that Android devices are going to stop sideloading. Now, my first words to you are don't panic. Do you remember last month when Amazon started blocking certain apps? And quite a few people said, oh, that's it. It's the end of the Firestick. I'm jumping ship. I'm going off to get myself a Google TV device. They're so much better. Amazon's finished. Sideloading on Amazon's finished. They're just going to block third-party streaming apps. That's what they're up to. And I responded and I said, no, they're actually blocking apps that have got malware in them to try and make the device safer. Loads of people didn't agree with me. Loads of people still carried on saying, nope, they're blocking third-party streaming apps. That is their intention, is to block apps and drop them that are a conflict of interest. And look what happened. Most of the developers rewrote their apps, and to this day, now the new versions are still working. All they did was the developers took the suspicious code out, the malware that Amazon didn't like, and they've relaunched them. And once again, the apps are fully working. They're still being able to be sideloaded to the Firestick. And now Google are doing the same thing. So they are basically saying they're coming in a bit harder, but they are basically saying that they have seen how malicious actors hide behind anonymity to harm users by impersonating developers and using their brand image to create convincing fake apps. The scale of this threat is significant. Their recent analysis found that over 50 times more malware from internet sideloaded sources than on apps available through Google Play. So they're saying to better protect users from repeat bad actors spreading malware and scams, we're adding another layer of security to make installing apps safer for everyone. So they're introducing a thing called developer verification. And all this means is the developers need to verify themselves. They are still going to allow sideloading on the platform. They're not blocking that. Let's make that perfectly clear. And I need to make that clear because I've had so many messages from people saying that Google are going to be blocking sideloading on certified Android devices. No, they're not blocking sideloading. As you can see from this paragraph here, which I'm going to read it out to you, to be clear, developers will have the same freedom to distribute their apps directly to users through sideloading or to use any app store they prefer. We believe this is how an open system should work, by preserving choice while enhancing security for everyone. Android continues to show that with the right design and security principles, open and secure can go hand in hand. For more details on specific requirements, visit our website. We'll share more information in the coming months. And this is also important, this paragraph here. Think of it like an ID check at the airport, which confirms a traveller's identity, but is separate from the security screening of their bags. We will be confirming who the developer is, and this is the important bit, not reviewing the content of their app or where it came from. Now, obviously, this will still put developers off developing certain apps simply because they really don't want to give away their ID. But many developers don't only design third-party streaming apps, they design a whole host of apps, and therefore they're going to verify their identity and still keep producing these apps. Also, there are some apps, some streaming apps that are available on the Google Play Store. They've been passed on the Google Play Store. They are modular apps. Now, I'm not going to name them here, but there are apps where you can install the app, and once you install it, it doesn't immediately give you access to third-party streaming, but you can actually add bits onto them to allow the app to behave in a different way, if you know what I mean. So it's quite possible that developers could start designing those sort of apps, but then require you to perhaps do something else to access activate certain parts within that app to make them useful, if you know what I mean. Also, it might be the case that Google will allow you to go into the developer options, access that on your device, and there could be a way that you might be able to turn off the requirement for verified apps, because there are going to be a lot of app developers that perhaps will start testing their apps on devices before they've passed any ID checks. Also, if the worst come to the worst, then there are obviously boxes, Android boxes, that are not official Google certified boxes. They are available. You can buy them pretty cheap. So it could be the case that you could switch to one of those. Or you could go out right now and buy yourself a Firestick. If you do, look at the description down below. There's some links to some Firesticks down there. Please consider using those links because it really does help support this channel. But you could go out and buy a Firestick because those Firesticks that are on sale at the moment are going to be supported till at least 2030. And I strongly believe that they are still going to allow sideloading for the lifetime of the device. I believe that it's only going to be new devices that come with the Vega system, which are going to be released at some point in the future. Don't know when, but they are going to be released sometime in the future. Those are going to stop you from sideloading because those are a completely different system. I don't think there's going to be any way that Amazon could change the system on current users' apps. They've never, ever upgraded the system from one version of Fire OS to another. So it's going to be quite a feat to change the system on current devices that are being sold. I think the failure rate would be too high to go from one completely new system to another. It's a bit like Apple saying, right, we are going to move to a Windows-based system and we are going to change everybody over to Windows overnight. It simply ain't going to happen. They're two different systems like Apple and Windows are. So bottom line is, like I said to you before about the Amazon system, don't panic. All Google are trying to do is they're just trying to make the platform a safer place for everybody. And even if they do block your favourite app, I am sure there are going to be plenty of alternatives for you to choose from. And as I say, there's likely to be ways around this. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to this channel and we'll keep you up to date with all the latest news on this and other streaming issues that may come about in the future. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, consider hitting that thanks button and making a donation to this channel. Or if you can't do that, then have a look in the description down below. We've got some great links down there for you to various things, including my Amazon shop, which contains all the things I love at the moment on Amazon: Fire TV sticks, Fire TV cubes, and VPNs. Buying, subscribing, and donating really does help support this channel. It helps me to be able to dedicate more time to spend researching to bring you these great videos. And whilst you're at my YouTube channel, why not stick around? I've got thousands of other videos for you right here, right now, covering all sorts of subjects. Hopefully whilst you're here, you're going to find something to educate you, entertain you, amuse you, and maybe even save you some time and money. And if you do see any videos that you think your friends, your family, or your work colleagues might like to see, then please don't forget to share these videos on your social media timelines. You can check me out on X. I'm at CWTEK. You can also check out my website. It's cwtek.co.uk. Thanks for watching and speak to you again soon.